All right, listen. So we talked about rates dropping. We've talked about the fact that it's a good time to buy in the market. Now here's the downfall. A lot of times when you talk about it being a good time to buy, sellers think that means it's a bad time to sell. That's not necessarily the case. Now listen, is it better to sell in the spring when there's more activity? Sure, but there's also less competition for sellers this time of year because of that exact psychology. So just because it's a good time to buy doesn't mean that it's a bad time to sell. The key thing is that if you are going to sell, you need to make sure you do it right. Now, what does that mean? It means you have to be priced right. You can't be super aggressive on the north end. You need to be a little bit more aggressive here, and then you will take the buyers that are in the market, make them compete, even if it's 2 or 3, and still get to here, okay? The second part is you need to make sure that your house's presentation matches what buyers want. When the market starts to tighten up and there's less buyers active, they have the ability to now be more selective with what they want. So if your house does not match what they want, which I can give you the advice on that, right? If their house doesn't match what they want, it will sit. But if it does, it will move. And even if there's only 2 or 3 buyers in the marketplace, they'll all fight over it at the same time. So regardless of circumstances, it's still a good time to sell. And I just told one of my clients this the other day, like for me, so I have a 15-year career. I've sold over 1,000 homes in that tenure. On the list side, about 600 or 550 or so of those 1,000 plus were list sides. On that entire time frame, I averaged 14 days on market and 99.75% of the original asking price. Now the question is how did I do that when the average days on market was 120? And the answer is just knowing price and presentation. What happens in a market where it starts to constrict a little bit is that presentation becomes more important. And nobody looks to presentation. As a seller, it's cheaper to make your house more presentable than it is to price reduce it away. Okay, so that's what we'll focus on the rest of the year. My sellers' houses will get sold. They'll sell like hotcakes. It's still a good time to sell, and it's a good time to buy. So either way, hit me up. We can talk about your needs.